concept of idealism. Idealism is a philosophical perspective that posits the primacy of ideas, mind, or consciousness in shaping reality and the material world. It asserts that the external world and physical objects are fundamentally dependent on, or even created by, the mind or consciousness. Idealism stands in contrast to other philosophical perspectives, such as materialism and realism, which emphasize the independent existence of the external world. Various interpretations of idealism have emerged throughout history, leading to different schools of thought within the broader framework of idealistic philosophy. Here are some of the key interpretations of idealism. Subjective idealism, also known as solipsism. This form of idealism maintains that only the individual mind exists, and the external world is a construct of that individual's perceptions and thoughts. In other words, reality is entirely subjective and unique to each person. Objective idealism. In contrast to subjective idealism, objective idealism suggests that the external world exists independently of individual minds, but it is still fundamentally shaped or determined by universal consciousness or ideas. The external world is considered to be a manifestation of a higher, universal mind. Transcendental idealism. Introduced by Immanuel Kant, transcendental idealism posits that the mind plays an active role in organizing and interpreting sensory experiences. While the external world may exist independently, our perception and understanding of it are structured by innate mental categories. Absolute idealism. Prominent in the works of Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, absolute idealism suggests that the external world and consciousness are interconnected and form a unified whole. Reality is a product of an absolute mind or spirit that continually evolves through a dialectical process of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Platonic idealism. Rooted in the teachings of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, this form of idealism proposes the existence of abstract, timeless, and perfect forms, or ideas, that serve as the essential reality behind the imperfect and changing material world. Spiritual idealism. This interpretation of idealism emphasizes the role of spiritual or metaphysical principles in shaping reality. It often includes beliefs in higher realms, divine consciousness, or a cosmic mind that underlies all existence. Critical idealism. Developed by Johann Gottlieb Fichte, critical idealism asserts that reality is a product of the interaction between the mind's activity and external objects. The mind actively shapes and constructs reality through its cognitive processes and moral agency. Personal idealism. Personal idealism, associated with thinkers like Josiah Royce, centers around the idea that reality is grounded in the experiences, thoughts, and values of individual persons. It's important to note that different philosophers and idealistic schools might offer nuanced and sometimes conflicting perspectives on idealism. The interpretations mentioned above represent a broad overview of the diverse ways in which idealism has been conceptualized and understood in the history of philosophy.